Hey, all, welcome to my channel. The ending to season 4. I was slightly disappointed. Not the end of the episode of the final of the season itself, basically. Not towards the end of it, anyways. But the remaining parts of that episode, basically. I was a little disappointed. I mean, I knew they tried to tie it all up very quickly, but it didn't. It didn't have that feel as, like, let's say season 1, season 2, or season 3 with their finales. Basically, this was just like, let's wrap it all up. I mean, the fact that, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, please wait until after you've seen it. But the fact that Jan shoots him out of the blue, come on. I mean, that was just like, that's almost like weak writing, I guess, in a ways, or some poetic justice. I mean, not poetic justice. I mean, some non-poetic justice. I should say more than anything else, because I was really disappointed. I mean, I thought there was something, the Westies could have done something, but they didn't. You bring in Jan, I'm like, okay. Now, I'll say this. I was a little surprised to see Tia Leone, show up, in the final scene. And then, of course, the very final scene, which is Lester. But then again, I don't really know too much about Lester, but we're probably going to find out a lot more about it, because why do I have a feeling that for season 5, it's going to be related to him about season 1 when it comes to, like, stop murder, investigating the murders, stop the podcast, etc. That's probably with him, basically. And the Chichoni, whatever it is, the dude that Tia Leone's character's husband apparently was missing or dead or whatever it may be. It might be related to the building itself. I have a feeling it's going to be related to that more than anything else. Uh, but outside of that, I mean, this season was good. I love this season. It's just the way they wrapped it up, I wasn't too keen on. It made sense as to the aspect of, like, Saz writing a script, getting sold, and that's why she wanted to talk to Charles, because it was a delicate matter, because it was about their lives in a ways, basically, more than anything else, and that's why she was looking for their permissions. But I don't know. It just felt weak the way Rex died, or Marshall Pope, whoever you want to call him. It feels weird how he died, basically, like, just shot in the back by Jan. Like, Jan came out of nowhere. I mean, the fact that Jan was, like, in the room or in the hide passageways for all that period of time, she never left the building. Come on, the cops should have found her by then. At that point, that left another plot hole, basically, to the point I was like, all right, another hole in the script. But in any case, it just felt a little too weak for the writers to put that in there, because, like, Jan wanted revenge. Reality is, I think if Charles was the one that killed Rex, but not on purpose, by accident. I mean, like, he tried to initially, of course, but then he failed. If it was a case where he killed him by accident, that would be perfect. That would be classic to the character that Martin Short as well as Steve Martin play. Basically, like, it's one of those things where they did it by accident, especially Steve Martin, and yeah, that would have been great if Charles and then killed him by accident. Or even for that matter, Martin Short got involved as well too. Like, they were bumbling with each other, and then somehow, boom, it just, like, killed him in some form of way with the gun, basically. Whatever, but it just felt weak from that perspective how they closed that off, and that's why I was like, ah. And now we're not going to see Meryl Streep most likely in season 5, because, well, I mean, she's off to New Zealand. I mean, like, seriously, it's like, all right, that, you're gonna say, okay, they're married, but of course she's gonna be in New Zealand. I guess that's the reason why they're not, like, they need to write her off a little bit for season 5, and of course bring her back in so she doesn't die, whatever it may be. But yeah, it just, again, felt a little weak, quite honestly. Um, this is a case where I'm hoping the writers do a better job for season 5. No, mind you, I'll say this again. I'm not disparaging what they did for all of season 4. It was great. It had me thoroughly engrossed in the season, in each episode, basically. It's just how it ended just didn't feel right. It didn't feel sort of what the essence of the show is about. It didn't feel like it was that case. And so that's why I'm a little, I don't want to say angry, but disappointed. I would say disappointed more than anything else. And so that's why I would love to see season 5 bring back season 4, season 1 a little bit, with all those plot holes and such that, like, hey, what about all the, the notes and such, that it's related to possibly the person that's missing or dead, whatever it may be. Tia Leone's character, as well as her husband, and Lester itself. Basically, Lester could be a hitman. I would not be surprised. Or could have been a mob boss, whatever it may be. Because remember, Lester, before he died, he did say, like, hey, me and my wife, we got married here in the lobby, and it was good luck in front of the fountain as their witness. That I have a feeling that's going to play a big part into season 5. It will be interesting to see how that works out. But like I said, it's if you thoroughly enjoyed season 2 and 3, of course, season 4 is definitely by far better than season 2 and 3. Not as good as season 1, let's be honest, but I think just up there. Well, actually, you know what? I would say season 4 is much better than season 1. The only difference is, though, is at least season 1, the way it ended was far better than the way it ended in season 4. It just felt like it was a little not in the essence of the show. I'll say that. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? What do you think? How do you expect season 5 to be much better, far worse? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. With that, I'll ask you, if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I ask you if you could hit the subscribe button, please. That'd be great. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, and of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.